Hey, welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to open and upgrade the storage in the HP EliteDesk 800 G3 Mini, which is a mouthful. Hopefully I don't screw up anywhere else in the audio recording. And if I do, I'm just going to edit it out so you'll never know. Womp, womp, womp. Anyways, if you want to see the written instructions on how to get this done, you can find a link to my website in the video description. So, quickly starting off, there's a switch lock at the back, and you want to release that. Essentially, what I'm trying to do immediately after that is slide the front-facing plate and the top at the same time because they are kind of like a single unit. And then once you kind of slide it off just about an inch, you want to kind of lift it up, and that'll allow you to access the inside of the computer itself. Okay, so I zoomed in for a better angle for you folks to see the 2.5-inch enclosure drive. In this metal chassis, you have 3 screws you want to remove. One is underneath this flap right here, or if you have a drive in there, it'll be underneath the drive potentially. This chassis, basically, you want to move the 3 screws here if you want to get to the second SSD spot. This basically holds the top chassis here, a 2.5-inch SSD or a hard drive. The reason I'm removing the screws is because there's a spot for another storage unit, an M.2 SSD underneath this. Okay, so that's why I want to remove this if you want to upgrade the storage underneath, or maybe you don't have it at all. So you can technically have 2 storage units on this device. And this computer is fantastic for home labbing experimentation, which is what I purchased it for in the first place. Okay, we're going to insert the M.2 SSD. What you're going to basically do is insert it at a kind of like a 30-degree angle, but there's something I want to point out first. You'll notice this little standoff right here, or the screw rather, which is in the standoff. There's another slot in the middle to insert the standoff. A standoff is basically kind of like a spot you can put like a standing metal bracket, if you will, whatever you want to call it, and you can screw into it. Why are there 2? Because it literally allows 2 physical different fittings of an SSD, an M.2 SSD. The shorter one is going to be a 2242 sizing. What that basically means is 22 millimeters width and 42 millimeters in length. The longer one, way at the back, the screw which I'm going to be using, is going to fit a 2280. 22 millimeters width and 80 millimeters in length. So you can't just buy any M.2 SSD and say, hey, it's going to fit. You literally have to look at the physical sizing and make sure it's going to fit there. So just one nuance to keep in mind. And why am I also focusing on such an old unit? I bought this unit used from eBay actually for $180, I believe, with shipping in Canadian dollars, which is like what, 140, 150 USD? Because I bought this computer for home labbing experimentation for a couple months. I wanted to see, did I enjoy it? And because it has 2 storage units, you can put true NAS on the main operating system SSD, which is this one here. And then the 2.5-inch could be like just a regular hard drive to store your Plex media and stuff. Found the experience fantastic, and I built a home server, like a whole design video, planning, budgeting, building it. That video will be on my channel eventually because my server's done. But that's pretty much it. As you saw, I popped it in at a 30-degree angle, put the screw in, and that's pretty much said and done. So this allows you to upgrade the storage here if you want a bigger size M.2 SSD. Maybe the one that came with your component is too small. I got some random SSD that came with it. It worked fine for my experimentation. I'm going to use this as a tinkering machine. I really couldn't care, and we're going to put it back together. Okay, so we're going to put the chamber back on. And you'll notice that I had a SATA cable there originally when I was kind of showing how to put the M.2 SATA in there. I had it, I removed it, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to remove it permanently. It's just getting in the way, it's annoying. This is just an experiment machine right now because it's no longer my home lab true NAS machine. I have a dedicated server, as I mentioned. But anyway, that's pretty much it. You want to put those 3 screws back, and this will hold the chamber for where the potential 2.5-inch hard drive or SSD would be placed if you want 2 drives. It's a fantastic, dirt cheap home lab machine for experimental use. It could probably run for years, and it sucks up almost next to no electricity. Fantastic machine overall. So for me, it's kind of ironic. It's a little bit harder to put the cover back on than it is to take off. I find that taking it off is super easy. For me, it's annoying to put back on. Obviously, you know where to line it up because we took the front plate off, so you know which side is the front, which side is the back. I just have trouble kind of aligning the top cover part. You should know it slides in properly when you hear a click. It's a nice satisfying click, and the lock at the back should automatically flip back into the lock position. And that's pretty much it. Now you want to just load up your operating system on a USB stick. I suggest using the keyboard slot at the back. Don't use the super speed, the ones indicated with a double S on the front and back, because they tend to read the USB ports too fast for some operating systems. Like TrueNAS kind of bugs out when I do that. I need to actually use the keyboard slot, which reads the USB slower for the operating system to install efficiently. just a little tidbit thing to notice there. So that's pretty much it. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, be sure to check out my website link in the video description. Hit the like button, it does help. Subscribe, it literally helps my channel grow. And maybe consider hitting the super thanks button, because here I am making these videos after hours when I'm not working. And that's a wrap.